Hello, Renee Flamont here. You guys, this question came from a fellow warrior in our audience, and I'll start with exactly what I answered her. I copy and pasted part of the answer here, and then I'll expand, like I do, to really drive it into your brain. Shh, turn around. Our brain, all of our brains, right? And it's a valid question. You feel like, well, my love is real. So where did it go? How to let my love go for the narcissist? How do I do that? This is what I told her, and then I'm going to expand like I do. What I can tell you right now is to look at this love you believe you feel. In order for it to be real, it needs to be based on something real. We know hands down by now that the narcissist doesn't and can't offer anything real of themselves. So who you thought you loved wasn't even his real self. It was a put on, a show, fake. Love bombing encompasses a lot of lies and misdirection in order to get you feeling that way. Get you to feel that way, je m'excuse. It's manipulation. I know it's tough to hear, but that is the essence of what I would count as vital to remember. Allow yourself to really open your mind to look at what did you love about him. Exactly what? And then, was that the real him? Again, you insert your own pronoun here. This is a very, very common feeling. Well, where does this love go? Where do what I feel? Where does it go? I know what I felt was real. What you felt may have been real, meaning you don't go around faking your feelings. I understand that. But it has to be based on something real for it to be real. Now, some might say that in order for love to be real, it needs to be reciprocal. Both ways. I've heard people say that. Well, I truly hesitate to agree wholeheartedly with this. Although I do get the general way of thinking, but if I agree with this, then the age-old tons of classic literature written about the tale of unrequited love is what? Just untrue? It's like invalidated? Not possible? Well, that kind of wipes out a ton of truly exceptional music, books, etc. It just can't be right that if someone doesn't love you back, then your love wasn't real. I think, well, that's my belief. You can love someone and they may not feel the same way. Happens all the time. Now, is yours real? It certainly feels real to you, and perception is reality. That's not what's going on with the narcissist and the love. This isn't the poignantly painful, exquisite torture of unrequited love, which can be quite real, in fact. That's not what's going on here with the narcissist. They're pretending to love you back. They're telling you they love you back. They're acting like, sometimes, not action, no, but they're pretending to act like someone who loves. You know what I'm saying? Interwoven in all that are actions proving otherwise to us, because they treat us in ways that nobody would if they truly loved you. I'm sorry, I just caught notice of my eyes. If you're wondering, the pollen count is a 10.4 in Orlando today. My eyes won't stop watering. And, of course, I have the window open, the door open, and they're puffy and everything. I can't even put mascara, so I'm really sorry. But those of you who suffer from allergies, you certainly know what I mean when the months of March and April roll around. The difference with the narcissist is that they themselves were not showing you their real self. So the person that you even think you love is a non-person, a fake person. This is not a light subject. This is very real, and this is the truth. A fake person, someone who does not exist. And you might say, well, I love that person then. Whoever he was, I love him. Okay, well, I loved Chachi too. But I doubt I loved Scott Baio as I thought I did because I didn't even know Scott Baio. Happy Days was fake. Chachi wasn't real. What the narcissist shows you is that fake. A complete act. A performance. Calculated. Put on just for you. Just for me. Just for that one. Just for this one. In fact, their person changes depending upon for whom they are putting on the show, because they shape shift from one person to another and mirror that person to make them think they are soulmates with the narcissist. So it has to slightly change, right? Because we're not all the same. So I want to get into what it is that you think you love. Okay, so he what? He told you that he'd never been in love, that you've changed his life forever, or he cooked for you every night, cleaned too. What else? He looked at you adoringly and told you he thought you were the most beautiful person he's ever laid eyes upon. He made you laugh. He, I don't know, seemed to share the same ideologies in life, seemed to value what you did. That can make you love someone when you feel that symbiosis. I'll just use these examples to demonstrate what I mean about them faking you out. The truths are, he told the same line about not ever being in love until you to every single person he's wooed. How do I know that? I don't know every person on earth. How do I know that? Because these narcissists follow a formula. And they're not really that creative. They're not Aaron Sorkin, able to come up with creative material with every new person that they meet. You think they're that bright? You think they're that bright? I'm a good writer, and I don't think I could come up with different lines with every person I've ever been with. I'm sure I've repeated love lines to people. How much material do you think they can come up with? So whatever they've said to you, they've said to every other person that they've wooed. Just saying. He cooked every night? Yeah. He was hungry. Mine cooked every night. He was hungry, and I happened to be the one sitting there. So did I get nice dinners night after night after night after night? Sure. Did he sell it as being, nurturing, and I take good care of you, and no, you just sit down and I'll do... He does it anyway. There was no special behavior cooking for me. He was hungry. I don't cook. I'll eat tuna out of a can. I'll eat a spoonful of peanut butter. I have the diet of a 4-year-old child. So if he wanted to cook, he had to. And you happen to be in the room. Okay? He cleaned too? All right, well, he did that to charm you. And as far as telling you you're beautiful, you probably are. I think we all have our own beauty in our own unique way. So say even, you may be beautiful. Let's assume you are beautiful. But that's not why he told you were beautiful. He told you were beautiful because he's trying to get you to think he's absolutely smitten. What other way to get, especially girls, we want to hear that. I'll hear I'm beautiful all day long and twice on Sunday for the rest of my life and never get sick of the word. Don't even want you to come up with a new word. You could just say beautiful every day for the rest of time. We like that. They're not ignorant to that. Pardon me. Of course they know that we like to hear that. They've probably said that to every other person that they've wooed as well. He made you laugh. I'm picking a few things. And whatever reasons you come up with in your head, but I loved him. I want you to think about exactly why. I just put some down here, but think about exactly why. And then try to see how else that action or that thing you loved about him could be misinterpreted. And keep in mind, it's always based on the persona they're trying to sell you that they are. Sell you that they are. Made you laugh? Sure he did. After paying attention to what did garner laughter. And then they kept doing that over and over and over. We give them the formula. We tell them what we like. Then they just deliver it again and again and again. Oh, I can see. It doesn't take a lot to catch on to someone's sense of humor. Do you know what I'm saying? It doesn't really. You just pay attention to them for 5-10 minutes. You can get if they like sarcastic, if they like dry, if they like, you know what I'm saying? Joke telling. Like, there's all kinds of humor. Takes them no time to figure out what makes us laugh. They're just going to keep doing that. Of course he made you laugh. He figured out on date 1 what makes you laugh. He's never going to stop doing that because he wants you to think you're in love. Seem to value what you did? Well, obviously this isn't really them. Otherwise, they wouldn't have devalued you like they did. Think of those values that you believe you had in common when he was pretending to reflect back to you what you said was important to you. Think about that, right? Think about those values. How was that follow through? Did his actions reflect those same values? His actions reflect? My guess is no. I know they didn't. And no, that wasn't just him making mistakes. Oops. His behavior, his actions are him. I love that. Oh, I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. I made a mistake. I'm sorry. If you keep saying you're sorry, which saying the words doesn't mean a thing. They can muster up words. Anyone can say I'm sorry. Oh, he can't say I'm sorry. He just can't say it. Oh, yeah, they can. Oh, they can. And that makes you think that they mean it because you hear, oh, they'll never apologize. Yes, they will. They'll lie. And if you keep doing the same thing and making those same mistakes, then you're not really sorry because you're not changing your behavior. Oops, I didn't mean to hit the house with my car. I'll be more careful next time and make sure not to do that. I say that because I'm a bad driver and I did hit the house with the car once back when I was 16. I know, it's bad. I should do a whole video on my driving. You would laugh. But right? I mean, you change your behavior if you're truly repentant. They do not change their behavior. In fact, they do the same infraction after infraction after betrayal after betrayal. All centered in the category of disloyalty. Well, that doesn't really reflect the values that you told me with your mouth that you shared with me in here. If you shared those values, you wouldn't act that way. So they don't share your values. The follow-through was nothing. His behavior, his actions are him. You caught him doing something horrible, that's him. Not, oops, he made a mistake. Oh, I erred. Humans err. We all make mistakes. No. It was a well-thought-out manipulation that they went out behind your back. They probably planned it. It probably, even if it were impulsive, the subsequent talkings and visitings with that person behind your back are going to be planned. It's very calculated. He's not who he told you he was. What you see is him, not what you hear from him speaking to you. So I ask you, again, you love him? Who do you love? Which part? Do you really love? Yes, Renee, I do. I can't explain it. No. This isn't romance. This isn't ninth grade boy. No, this is real life. What do you love? It's time to face it. Maybe the burden will be released from you if you realize maybe I don't love him. Say it out loud for the first time. Maybe I don't really love him. Maybe you don't. And I know that's hard because you don't want to go back on the word that you had in your head and have expressed to your narcissist. You don't want to go back on your own word. But I said I loved him. I really think I do. I do. Well, do you? It took me a minute to realize it was all fake. It took me a minute, a long minute, and then another to admit that it was all fake. We don't want to admit it. Think about it. We don't want to admit that it was all fake. We want to think part of it was real. We maintain that we love that person, that 5% guy, I call him, which is all that's real from the narcissist. That guy that or girl that you met in love bombing, they made you think you were in love. That's what they do. No, 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 I really, okay, you really need to, look at me, I picture you saying that. Because I know how it feels. I know how it feels. I know you're sitting there going, but that can't be right. I wouldn't be feeling like this. You're feeling like this because they made you feel this way. But in the general course of time, if they were to have met you and you met the real narcissist right off the bat, picture date 1, week 1, month 1, no love bombing. Picture date 1, week 1, month 1, no love bombing. And the drama and the tragedy came right away. Picture that. No love bombing. Cut that guy right out. You never met that guy. Picture the bad, starting out with that. That's them. So would you have loved them if it started out that way? That would have been a more realistic portrayal of who they are. And you would not have loved them. Lord help us. We definitely wouldn't have loved them. How? We don't like to think of it that our love may not be real. And how can I let this go? You can let it go knowing it was based on something that was fictional. Like me and Chachi, my long-lost love Chachi. Changed my life. I just loved him from the age of 12. And from then on, it's funny, that's my type of person. Brown hair, it's funny, right? You establish that young. Isn't that funny? But I'm telling you what, please look at it again. You ask how you can let it go by facing the truth of what's in front of you. Who do you love? It's not the person you think that they are. I just wanted to mention this because it helped me turn a corner. Please go ahead and hit sub, like, and share. I'll see you next time. And I do thank you for watching. I really thank you for watching. And I think Minnie's butt's been facing you the whole time. I try to get her to turn around. Lately, she just turns right back around. So I'll try next video to make her look at us.